Hello, I want to walk you through the first appeal called the request for reconsideration if your initially disability application is denied. Now, let's be honest, getting a denial notice can be incredibly discouraging. You've spent time gathering your medical records, filling out forms, and explaining your limitations, only to have your application denied. It's frustrating, and the idea of appealing can feel overwhelming. But here's the important thing to remember: initial denials are very common, even for strong, well supported claims. And the good news: a denial is not the end of the road. You have the right to appeal. And the first step in that process is something called the request for reconsideration. So, what exactly is the request for reconsideration? When you file the appeal, the request for reconsideration, your claim is sent back to the Disability Determination Service office. This is the same state level agency that reviewed your original application. But here's the key difference: your case is assigned to a new disability examiner, someone who had absolutely no involvement in the first decision. This new examiner and a new doctor will take another look at your file. They review all of the evidence that was a part of the original application and, very importantly, also gather updated medical records. They'll consider both the old and the new information before making a fresh decision about your eligibility for Social Security disability benefits. Now, timing here is critical. You must file the request for reconsideration within 60 days of receiving your denial letter. Missing the deadline can cause major delays or even force you to restart the entire application process. So, as soon as you get a denial notice, it's important to review it and act quickly. You can file your appeal in one of two ways. First, you can file online through Social Security's website, which is usually the fastest and easiest method. Or the second option is to complete a paper form called the SSA 561 form. If you go the paper route, you can mail or fax the form to your local Social Security office, who handles the paperwork of the appeal. When you submit your appeal, make sure you include all of your recent medical treatment information: every doctor, clinic, hospital, therapist, test, anything you've had since your first application. And don't forget to list upcoming appointments too. This helps Social Security gather the updated records they need to give your case a fair second look. It's also important to keep in mind that the reconsideration stage is not the final step in the appeals process. If your reconsideration is denied, and that does happen, you still have the right to continue your appeal by requesting a hearing before an administrative law judge, which is often where many people finally get approved. So, if your initial application is denied, don't panic and don't give up. The request for reconsideration is your chance to make sure Social Security has the full picture of your health and your limitations. Take the time to file it properly, provide thorough information, and keep moving forward. Thanks for watching, and I hope this helps make the process a little less overwhelming. If you have any other questions and have received an initial denial, then feel free to contact our firm to get a thorough case review and your options on filing a request for reconsideration.